Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the Horowitz Chaim's NIDCHEI YISRAEL, and we were speaking about last week on Friday this idea that when a person finds themselves in difficult situations, to be strong in their Yiddishkeit, in their Torah, in their mitzvahs, in their observance, you should know how beloved that is in the eyes of Hashem, and that's where a person will receive their main reward. And sometimes the reason that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends us into the far-off lands and puts us into places that are maybe more difficult to keep things is because that is like the purification of the person, and that is how we are going to extract from inside of ourselves the negative connections that we have perhaps with mitzvahs and Torah and the like, and cleanse and purify as we're being tested, so that we can reveal to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that with all of the pressure, with all the difficulty, with all the distance that there is in the world, but my heart stays allegiant to you, Rabbi Shalom. And he says like this, let's explain our words. Ki bayomim harishayim, in the earlier days, kashayu kol yisrael mikubatzim b'makom acher, when all of the Yidden lived in one place. Let's say, for example, everyone was living in Yerushalayim Yer HaKodesh. They're all living in Eretz Yisrael. Let's go back 2,000 years before the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash. V'lo nimsa shum adam sheyavar ala Torah b'pirsim. Says the Chavetz Chaim, a powerful idea. Nobody had the guts to violate the Torah publicly in the view of other people. And therefore it was very difficult to see who's a real, sincere servant of Hashem and who is not, because everybody's doing the same thing. Nobody would even think of being Machal Shabbos Varhesia, openly and publicly desecrating a Shabbos or one of the other mitzvahs. We're all in this together. Even someone had a destroyed heart, and his heart already turned away from the path of Hashem, he was afraid to be so brazen against the Rebbeinu Shalom publicly, to remove himself from the Jewish people. He wouldn't go to McDonald's and eat in front of the other Jewish people and eat tray food, Aser food. Get in a car on Shabbos when other Jews are watching him, Ushayisar Torah, and other things, to marry a Goya, to go and speak Lashon Hara in public, to go and trample on mitzvahs left and right. Chas v'chalila, in those days, he knew that since that there was a majority of people that were very strong with their Yiddishkeit, and very strong with keeping what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted, and it was understood that a Yid doesn't do the wrong things. Anyone that would end up doing things b'farhesia publicly, they would be condemned by society. They would be chased after. They could even be damaged over here. The people want to destroy him. So even though you have people that lived in those times whose hearts they were not in it, and inside their heart of hearts and their mind they were turning away from Yiddishkeit, they would not express it publicly. Even though that in their inner chambers of their heart, they thought straight things about the Rebbeinu Shalom and against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ya'an shechofetz HaKadosh Baruch Hu she'izgaleh l'kol machshavos levav ha'adam. But since that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to reveal the thoughts of every person's heart to everyone around them, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to reveal whether this person is really together with Hashem or he's not together with Hashem. I'm going to leave it here right now because it's a long piece that he's about to explain. Let's just sum up what we're saying up until this point, and that is, in the olden days, biyomim harishayim, and again, we're giving the example, Klal Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael before the destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash. Everybody looked like they were God-fearing Jews. Everybody was doing what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted them to do. Now, even though there were people that were against Hashem already in their hearts, and there were people that had stray thoughts about the Rebbeinu Shalom in their hearts, and there were people that in their heart of hearts they were not so religious and so observant, but they would never do anything because they didn't want to incur the wrath of the nation of Klal Yisrael. So Hashem has to do something that's going to reveal who the person really is, and that's what we'll speak about tomorrow. Be'ezus Hashem. Have a wonderful day.